Good day, viewers, and welcome to Marshall's World of Sport World Cup 22, our analysis of the World Cup, which is coming up shortly. I'm your host, Alex Byrne, and joining me is Bafana Bafana Captain Tovey. But a lot of pressure, got to find the punters some winners here, otherwise we'll take a bit of abuse.
I think we can find them. There's a few outstanding bets, I think, and especially to win the group. I think there's a couple of those outstanding bets, and you combine them together, I think you'll get some nice odds.
Yeah, we'll tell our outright winner later. We have done a couple of bets with the Marshalls odds, so it's not like we fly by night, thumb sucking the odds. Apologies. We start off in Group A: Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, Qatar. Netherlands too good?
Yeah, I think they'll be too good. In fact, I think they'll go quite a long way in this World Cup. They've always shown promise in the past and not quite got to the end point. But I think, they'll be far too good for that group.
Yeah, 4 to 10. Well, obviously, if you're going for your groups, that should be included. Now the trick is, who runs second, Senegal or Ecuador?
I've got a little fancy for Senegal, but with the last developments of the last week where Mane has become injured, that is a big key to Senegal progressing, because he does the bulk of their scoring. So that could change a few of the thought processes, and Ecuador, coming out of the really tough qualifying campaign, and they did very well. So they could be a dark horse in that group. I was siding Senegal, but of the developments of last week, I'm not 100% sure yet.
Okay, their first game's against the Netherlands. Yeah. Would you rest Mane and keep him for the last two games?
Yes, I certainly would. If it's a 50-50, you want him rather for the rest of the World Cup, and thinking about qualifying into the last 16. Okay. So which is key. So yes, I would. It would be a game you're thinking, or we might, or the national teams never think that they can't do the job. But I would say rather let's reserve them to.
And as you say, you're playing
key matches.
You're playing the group favourite, so if ever there's a game, you may go slightly soft on it. I totally agree. Netherlands, and let's hope Senegal. Ecuador got a few players that play for Brighton. A couple of good players. Finished fourth in the South Americans. It'll be close. Yeah. But just can't have the host Ecuador. Now Group B, everybody knows everything about this team. England. They're 33 to 100 to win the group. Should they be in everybody's bets?
I think, look, they've also come out of a really indifferent last program of fixtures and games, but I think they'll be too good for that group, to be honest. And it's all a case of who's going to run second.
Yeah. The problem for England is the defensive instability. Are they going to play three centre-halves, two? They never won one of the last Six Nations League, but this is a fairly simple-looking group. Now, here's the value. USA to run second, even money. Wales 11 to 10, and your mate Carlos Queiroz at Iran. Can he cause an upset?
I think what Iran will be, they'll be very well organised.
Okay.
I mean, he's had a run with them at the previous World Cup as well. So I think they'll be a tough team, organised team to beat. So running second will be how you get your result against Iran.
Yeah. Okay, so of the two, who do you fancy to run second?
I'm fancying Wales. I've got a little fancy for Wales.
Okay.
They're a hard-working team, and Gareth Bale is a key to there. Yeah. Like Mane is for Senegal, Gareth Bale is a key to Wales' success in this tournament.
Okay, so you fancy England and the Welsh to go through. Yeah. All right, Group C, following all the betting sides. A lot of money coming on Argentina to win the competition. So surely to win the group at 4 to 10 is a gift.
Yeah, I think it is. I really think it is, and that's why when we were talking the Netherlands, and another one to our combination with Argentina, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
So who runs second? Poland or Mexico? Lewandowski.
there again, I know you've had your indifference with Poland.
Money over the years.
With Poland over the years, but I think in this group, you need a goal scorer, and I think Lewandowski, is a key to Poland. So we all know that. Yeah. He's a key to their success in this tournament, and I'm siding with Poland. I think you might be.
I fancy Mexico,
but I'm siding with a little bit of the Polish.
Okay, now if you talk about a team that's jinxed, the last 7 World Cups, Mexicans have qualified. They haven't got out of the last 16. They've been knocked out in the first round. But Raul Jimenez is their main striker. And Mexico are playing today in a friendly against Sweden. He is starting. So if he comes through that, I'll be all over Mexico. But it's the first game of the group, Tove, so we'll discuss the games early.
Yeah.
Nice and tight. Whatever the draw is, I think you can lump on because both teams won't want to get beat.
Yes.
But you're on Poland, I'm on Mexico. Saudi Arabia, much chance?
They'll be a busy team because they're in the same region,
Climate
and they'll be very used to it. But I can't see them, being in the mix to finish second.
Qualify. No, that's fair enough. Now, Group D, in my opinion, holds the key to this World Cup. France, Denmark, Australia, Tunisia. I'm sure we're in both agreement. France and Denmark will qualify.
Yeah.
Now, the trick question: who wins the group?
I like Denmark. Denmark are my dark horse, or not dark horses, but I think they've had a really, really good run of late in games. And the French have just been riddled with injuries, and I think it's Denmark. I think it's 3-1
to win the group. I think
is not a bad nation to throw into many of the bets. Combination bets. I think they'll be, and that is the key because you don't want to finish second in this group because you've got Argentina.
So
but I've got a little siding for Denmark to win.
Yeah, so do I. 3-1. Remember, they played them twice in the Nations League and beat them home and away. They're a team, whereas the French, as much as everybody or us Man United fans have no time for Pogba, with France, he is the glue in that team. Him and Kante, both missing. The 2 youngsters that have replaced him, both play for Real Madrid, aren't starters.
What they have in their favour is Benzema.
Yeah, but he's been injured of late.
That's what I'm saying. He's that question mark over but full of confidence. Ballon d'Or winner and that. So, goal scorer is always key to this competition.
Yeah, they say whoever wins this group has got a nice easy run to the semi-final and final because they're on the other side of the draw, but run second and Lionel Messi and co will be waiting for you. So both in agreement. Denmark 4-10 to qualify. That's in one of our bets, but Neil and I both agree.
And if I can come in there too, France are a team of confidence. If they have a bad start to the tournament, they might even they will then be trying to play catch up. In South Africa, they have the internal fighting amongst each other and that. So that's what you get with the French. If they're a happy group, be careful.
Yeah.
But
And one interesting stat, as you mentioned it, the last 3 World Cup winners before France all went out of the group stage the next year.
Yeah.
We saw France in South Africa. Spain won it in South Africa. They went out in Brazil.
Yeah.
The Germans won it the last World Cup. They went out in the group. So
100%.
France and Denmark, we're both on Denmark's side. You just never know. Maybe Christian Eriksen, it's payback time. Now on to Group E. Another difficult group. Spain, Germany, poor Japan and Costa Rica. Is it the top 2 European sides?
It points to that. But the Japanese are always key to many groups in World Cups because they're
Duracell
batteries. They run all day long. They are difficult. They can be a difficult team and in your face the whole time with a hard press. They will definitely be there. And us is also another group where second, you don't want to finish second.
Yeah.
You got.
Well, they play the winners of
Belgium
and Croatia.
So which is
tricky.
We'll come to it. Looking at a very, very tricky fixture. So the Germans. What do you get with them? A perennial, their World Cup.
World Cup, we went out group stage. Europe, the Nations League, they were poor. England beat them.
So, is it a team that needs confidence booster? The opening game for them will be ultimate key to this tournament for them. So, but I'm siding with Spain.
Spain to win the group,
Okay. But as you know, this is a really, really tough group.
It's amazing. You talk Spain, Germany, basically Bayern Munich, Barcelona. And you saw the first game when they played. The Bayerns, the Germans were too physical for them. My problem with Spain is Barcelona coach. Busquets is finished. Rodri's the top man at Man City, class player. Is he going to play Busquets or is he going to play And that's my problem. Whoever, but ironically, the team that runs second has an easier shot to get to the final than the team that wins the group. But I'm hoping for Japan. Remember the last World Cup? They were all over Belgium. They scored 2 goals in like the last 5 minutes to get stuck out. If ever there's an outsider or one group where 2 sides could get, or one of the major sides could go, I think it's this one, Taz.
And they 4-1 to.
So if you are looking to have a few rand, I think that's the lurker, Japan. But it wouldn't surprise me or everybody else. Spain, Germany. You fancy Spain 83 to 100 to win the group?
Yeah, but to put them in a mix, and we'll come and talk about that a little bit later. Who we feel, put together some bets and that. I'm siding with Spain, but it's with the Germans tricky.
Very tricky. And the Japs, be careful, guys. Yes. Group F: Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, Canada.
Yeah. I think this points to the two
European sides. Now, which one? Purely because Belgium, Lukaku's carrying an injury. This golden generation, their back four, you and I can get in their back four with our age at the moment. Alderweireld, they're all in their 30s.
Once again, the midfield is key for them. Unbelievable midfield, loads of talent. I think it all points to the fitness of Lukaku. In this tournament, and he by the looks of it, he will be fit. I think he will be fit. He's been sort of on the
they'll nurse him and bring him on,
and even if it means in the opening game trying to get the result and then resting him a little bit and not taking him through the whole 90 minutes, I think they might look that way as well.
Fortunately, just having a look here, they play each other the 3rd game, so it does give them a couple of games to get him in for the big one. I like Croatia. I just think we mentioned the midfield. That Brozovic, Kovacic from Chelsea, Modric. I just worry about Croatia's goalkeeper. Now Morocco, Toes, you know more about the African.
They're always a very, very well organised team, good at set pieces. Very good at set pieces. So that can be a danger, you get up there and you deliver decent set pieces. You can grab one and then try defend for the rest of the game. And they're an organised team, but I think difficult to look past.
I just think they don't score many goals. Just watching the latest AFCONs, it's 1-0. They don't score many.
That's exactly what they're looking for. They'll look for the set piece, as I said, to try to get a win from the set piece.
And Canada, first time in I think 30 odd years.
They'll just be enjoying the moment.
First game will be their best game and progressively get worse.
Yes, 100%.
All right, now on to Group G. Tournament favourites Brazil, but I think this is a hard group. Some of the groups, like I looked at Argentina's group, the games look nice and easy. There's no easy game with Switzerland. There's no easy game with Serbia. And Cameroon, they're not going to go down without a fight.
They've always, in World Cups, come and upset the apple cart somewhere along the line. Done it before. So, very, very tough for them. In a group, I think this is
the toughest group in my opinion.
Look, I mean, besides Brazil, I think they'll definitely be the winners of this group. But to run second is going to be that fight for that position.
You say Cameroon, Choupo-Moting, he's changed Bayern Munich beforehand. They never had a centre forward. That Mane, he likes to play off the left. Now they put him. I think he's a top goal scorer. I think he scored in the last 7 games. Big, strong Cameroonian.
And also you haven't heard any bad vibes coming out of these African teams at this moment. They seem to be okay. There's no talk of the money or strikes or anything like that. So out of the African team, there hasn't been any talk like this year. So they all seem settled teams. So that's good news out from Africa in terms of Cameroon. No squabbles at this moment in time.
Eto'o's involved with. I think he's behind the scenes. And Rigobert Song, you must have played against him. Sent off with his socks down. He's the manager. So obviously a lot of respect flowing through the team. So I think
and probably knowing what it's about. You know, let's get this organised long beforehand instead of the last minute trying to sort out.
I remember them in Brazil. They were woeful. Now Switzerland, Serbia. I like Serbia at 11 to 10 to go through. The only problem is that thug that plays up front from Fulham, Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Apparently got 2 broken bones in his foot, but he's a danger. And there again, Switzerland beat Spain. They won their last 3. So
they my bet.
You fancy them to come second, okay?
To come second in this group, yeah.
All right.
And then obviously they'll also go to a nice side of the draw.
Well, that's it. You run second, you're on the nice side.
Yeah.
Now, last but not least, the world's heard about Ronaldo and his escapades. I think he's out of order. I think that's going to affect the Portuguese in this World Cup because nothing's going to be about the team, it's going to be about him.
Yeah.
Uruguay, the dark horses for me. South Korea, who never catch it right, was it Son Heung-min? And Ghana, who robbed us, who remember they penalty against us. So I hope they get a hiding every game. Who do you fancy in this group, Toves?
I'm going to have lots of Portuguese friends unhappy with me.
No, you can buy the Nando's, I'll be okay, yeah.
You know, going for my veggies, I'll be charging me double price. I think Uruguay, for me, can win this group. Yeah. And 2-1, I think that's a really, really nice price.
Yeah, it's these 5 to 10 to go through as well.
Yeah.
So,
but I think a better bet might be 2-1 to win the group.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I totally agree. I'm all over Uruguay. I like their players. You know, you think Darwin Núñez has spent 86 million. He's up front. Suarez will be trying to bite somebody if things don't go well.
Yeah, Uruguay have got also really, really.
Valverde.
Yeah, they've got this balance between some nice young players. They've also got the experience
at the back.
And obviously, so that mix is going to be vital to how they put that mix together. Darwin up front, he's looking really sharp.
Around,
and then you've got the Cavani to come on, or Aguero's, and you know
they've got players
that have done it before. So that balance of that youth and experience is vital.
Well, they were going nowhere in the South American Championships. They found the guy. They fired the guy. They won the last 4 to get through. I think they are a dark horse, but likewise, you've got to win the group. Otherwise, you run into Brazil, and that's the end of it. But for me, 2-1 to win the group, 5 to 10 to go through. I'm all over the Albi Celeste.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go on to the knockout stages here. We've got plenty of odds. You know, in the last 16 game, have you got yours worked out there? All right, nice to see. I've got the Netherlands against the Welsh.
I'm with you.
The same.
I'm with you in that.
You see the Netherlands to go through there?
Yes, I see the Netherlands to go through. Definitely, I think. So it's at 7 to 10.
7 to 10. Yeah, we'll discuss that now to reach the. So if they get to the quarterfinals, the Dutch are 72 to 100 Toves. I think that's a gift. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, so that's one of our quarterfinal teams, guys. Now the next one in the same part of the draw, we've both gone for Denmark to win the group. So it would be Argentina against France.
Yeah.
Now, it was the last World Cup last 16.
Yeah.
And the French beat them.
Yeah, I think it's totally. I think the Argentinians will. I've got a liking for Argentina to qualify. And what are they, 8?
You know, you look at Argentina reach the quarterfinal, just over 8 to 10. I think that's a great price. You know, I know it won't be easy whichever way, but they've got to fancy themselves. If it's Denmark, they'll fancy them. So even against France, it'll be more tactical, but I think they're a happier team, and we know those Frenchmen.
Yeah.
You know, they can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're not sure what's going to happen.
Now, you had Spain winning their group.
I did.
And you had to face Croatia.
Yeah.
This is a tough game.
It is. But if you're going to ask Spain to win the group, running with confidence in the group with Germany, you know, having topped that group, if this is the fixture
you'd expect them to beat Croatia.
I expect them to be on the bounce. Now then I would expect them to beat Croatia.
Yeah, they played, I think it was in the Euros, they won 5-3 in extra time. It was a humdinger of a game. But my only concern with Spain is who's their number 9? And their 2 centre halves. You know, they've got the youngster from Villarreal and Eric Garcia, and the other guy from Man City. So that's my only concern with the Spanish, let alone the 2 left backs. Jordi Alba, I think, is a year younger than you and I. And the other guy from Real Madrid, he's the other one, and Azpilicueta from Chelsea. So that's my concern with the Spanish.
Yeah, that's always going to be a concern because they're going to be look for 60-70% possession most of the games, working on that, and that's their defensive mechanism is to keep the ball. Keep the ball. So, you know, but I still fancy the.
I think they've got enough to beat
I've got enough to
Croatia.
beat Croatia, yes.
Okay, now we're on Brazil. Did we tip Portugal to run second in the group?
So this is.
So this is the Portuguese Armada, Brazil, Portugal. What do you think there?
Well, we'll talk about it. I think Brazil I think they could go the whole way. So
Yeah.
I've got to look at them beating the Portuguese. For the Portuguese to run second, as you say, a lot of focus away from
The
the
team
team
is all about
themselves.
Ronaldo, yeah.
I think Brazil will be too strong here.
Yeah, very short, just over 4 to 10. But Spain are 66, just under 7 to 10 to get to the quarterfinals. So worth throwing into your bets, especially if they should qualify from the group. Now to the easier side of the draw, so it sees. We've got Senegal against England. Senegal, we both agreed to go through.
Yeah. I fancy England. I think, not sure about Mane at that stage as well.
Yeah.
How he's going to get through the whole tournament. But England, I think they've got enough there to take care of
the minnows.
The minnows,
Yeah.
and they'll have their head around
Yeah.
that type of game, and so I side with England totally there.
Yeah, and I think also with Senegal, England will know most of their players. Koulibaly's at Chelsea, Mendy's at Chelsea, Chet Kayata's at, I think he's at Crystal Palace. Yeah, they know most of their players. Just at Everton.
They're dangerous opposition.
Yeah.
Senegal. But like I said, Mane's the key.
Yeah, Mane's the key with injury, but England to get through to the quarterfinals. Now we've got Poland, Denmark.
Denmark, yeah.
I know who you're on, Tobes. I think you're all over Denmark.
I'm all over Denmark.
Yeah.
Definitely are. Denmark are 3-1 are in the group.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1
So you'd rather lump on to back them to win the group.
Because if that's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they then going to go into.
Yeah, they play Argentina.
So I wouldn't back them to go at 2-1. I'd rather have them at 3-1.
Yeah, totally agree. But we think they will get to the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Okay, they play Poland or Mexico.
If they win their group.
Yeah. They play Poland or Mexico, they've got to get through, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
Because, you don't want them, they don't win their group, they come up against Argentina.
No, then they're good enough, especially in the heat, and Messi will be... All right, so you've got to go through it a little bit quicker. We've got Germany, Croatia, semi in the quarterfinal.
Isn't it Germany?
Sorry, so Germany, Belgium, apologies.
Yes. I'm going to the Belgians.
Okay.
I like them.
Think the golden generation.
The golden generation. I think it's due. They've been number 1 in the world, just lately 2 in the world. I think it's their time to push on. In fact, I bet them going the whole way to the final.
Oh, all right. Okay. Last but not least, in the quarterfinal, Tove's time. We're under pressure here. We've got Switzerland, Uruguay.
Yeah, I'm starting with the
Uruguay. All right. So Uruguay to reach the quarterfinals.
And that's
is a great price. I've got
24 to 10.
Yeah, 24 to 10.
Yeah.
24 to 10 to get to the quarterfinals. All right. So, Toes, just to go through it, Netherlands, Argentina, who you got getting the semis?
I like Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. I know a lot of money is on Argentina, but I'm going Netherlands.
Netherlands to reach the semi-final, 27 to 10. Who will they play in the semis? Brazil? Yeah, Brazil to reach the semis. We've got them at just short of 14 to 10.
Yeah.
And who you got in the final? Brazil?
I got Brazil.
All right, Brazil in the finals, 22 to 10 to reach the final. On the other side of the draw, who you've got in the semi-final? You've got Belgium against?
I got Belgium against Uruguay. I got Belgium.
That's in the quarterfinals. So you've got Belgium to get to the semis against?
Yes.
England or Denmark?
And Belgium are to get the semis 5 to 2. Isn't it?
Yeah, Belgium to get to the semis.
Which is a nice price.
Yeah.
And then the other one I've got England against Denmark.
All right, they beat them in the nations, so lucky to get them. So you've got a Belgium-Brazil final?
That's Belgium.
All right, so Belgium to get to the final, 7-1, Brazil 22 to 10. We're both on Brazil, 4-1 to win the competition. Now we worked out a few bets here just before. I did my own and Neil did his own, but these are a couple of our fancies. We like Uruguay to win the group. So we're going Uruguay to win the group and Brazil to win outright, 14 to 1. We also like Denmark to win their group. Couple that up with Brazil to win the competition, and that's 19 to 1.
Yeah, coupling that up with anyone you fancy to win the competition.
So Brazil 4 to 1. So we try to get a bit of value for the guys. We both like Netherlands to reach the semi-final, and Uruguay to reach the quarterfinal. That's just under 12 to 1. It's 11.75. We've done to qualify from the groups, it's just under 14 to 1, so 13.5 to 1. It's Uruguay, Switzerland, Croatia, Denmark, and Wales. Just under, shade under 14 to 1. And we did to win the groups. We've gone Brazil, Argentina, England, and Netherlands. It works out at 27 to 10. If you want to throw another one in, you know, have a look. Now, Toes, we haven't discussed this. Top goal scorer.
Well, if you're looking at the likes of Brazil going the whole way, that's generally where your top goal scorers come from. So the likes of Neymar and you know, I think he's got to be.
He's the penalty taker.
Yeah, and if he takes a penalty,
free kicks, he takes everything.
At 12 to 1, he's not a bad bet, you know.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now we're going to go through the first round of games because a lot of people don't want to wait a month to get their money. So it kicks off Ecuador host against, Qatar hosting Ecuador. Fancies?
Opening game, the hosts pumped up, but I'm still siding on Ecuador.
Moses Cacheta from Brighton, good player, but even money, both teams to score. I've had a couple of rand on that. England too good?
Yes, but Iran very well organised. So
under 2.5 goals.
Under 2.5 goals, I might go for that. Yeah.
Okay, Senegal, the Netherlands, 6 to 10, a good thing.
Yes. I can't look past Netherlands. In fact, you know, I think it will be well over 3 goals.
Okay, even at the time, USA, Wales.
Yeah, that could be
draw 19
to
10.
Yeah.
Well, those are the first 4 games, guys. After that, we'll see the pitches. Hopefully, the pitches last, and so on and so on. But of the other games during the week, Toes, give the guys what do you think? And then I've got a final question for you afterwards. Any other game you say, guys, I'm going to back Mexico. I think they'll beat Poland 17 to 10. That's my play for the midweek games. I've got a few both teams to score games, but what do you fancy, Neil?
Well, I like a little bit of, there's a certainty. You're talking on these games.
Yeah, plus one of the prices.
Okay, Argentina. You couple Argentina. They were
1 to 6, very short.
Short, can't do that. I'd rather go Denmark, the likes of Denmark. And France.
Denmark and France. So hopefully you get about 7, 8 to 10.
7, 8 to 10.
Last but not least, I had a look at top African nation at the World Cup. Who are you siding with?
Well, it all points to Senegal.
We've got them going well. I saw it was just, I think it was around 12 to 10 with one of the sides. So
everything points to them.
Quality team, and as I say, Mane
dependent,
but quality. So, but overall, it's Brazil.
That's my luck.
What to do. Guys, thank you very much for listening to World of Sport, Marshall's Qatar World Cup preview. Thanks to Bafana Bafana legend Neil Tovey. I'm your host, Alex Byrne. Let's make some money.
Thanks, man.